So, you're thinking about a career in teaching? That's awesome. But right away, you're at a crossroads, facing a really big decision, one that's going to shape your whole professional life. Today, we're going to dig into the two main paths you can take to get into the classroom, the traditional college route versus the fast-paced training institute. Let's break it all down. And listen, this isn't just about getting a piece of paper, right? It's about figuring out who you want to be in that classroom. What kind of impact do you want to make? What kind of doors do you want to open up for yourself down the road? Seriously, the choice you make right now, it really sets the stage for everything that comes next. All right, here's our game plan. We'll start by introducing these two paths. Then we'll take a closer look at the college-based approach, and then the training institute model. After that, we're going to put them head to head, see how they stack up. And finally, we'll talk about what all this means for your career. Okay, let's dive right in. Now, you might think these are just two different roads leading to the same place, but that's not quite it. They're actually built on two totally different philosophies about what it takes to get you ready for a classroom. So, why does this even matter? Well, it's a huge deal. Because the path you pick is going to directly affect the qualifications you get, the actual skills you walk away with, and, the career opportunities that pop up for years and years. First up, let's talk about the traditional path, the college-based approach. I like to think of this as the scenic route, the academic road trip to becoming a teacher. It's really designed to give you this deep, panoramic view of the entire educational landscape. So these university programs, they're all about building a really solid foundation. They don't just teach you how to do things, they dig deep into the why. They're blending all of this educational theory and research with actual hands-on classroom practice to give you a super comprehensive understanding of teaching. The journey here is really structured, very methodical. First, you'll start with the academic coursework, diving into things like educational psychology and how to design a curriculum. Then, and this is key, you get to step into a real classroom for what's called a teaching practicum, all under supervision. And everything you're learning is backed by research, so you're getting practices that have been proven to work. The whole thing wraps up with a professional certification that's pretty much recognized everywhere. Okay, now let's flip the coin and look at the other option, the training institute model. So if the college route is that scenic road trip, think of this one as the express train, the practical, nonstop, fast track straight to the classroom. With training institutes, it's less about the big, broad theories and way more about immediate action. We're talking shorter, more intense programs that are laser-focused on one thing, giving you a specific set of tools to get you in that classroom and teaching effectively, fast. Yeah, the focus here is absolutely razor sharp. It's all about practical instruction and techniques you can use tomorrow. And that's what makes these programs so valuable if, say, you need to quickly get up to speed on a new classroom management system or some new teaching strategy. You learn it, and you can apply it right away. All right, so we've got a handle on both paths. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's put them side by side, do a real head-to-head comparison to see the differences and, just as important, the trade-offs you'd be making. So look at it this way. On one side, you have college programs, which are all about building that deep foundation in educational theory, the real science of teaching. And on the other side, you've got training institutes, which are about equipping you with immediate, hands-on techniques for the classroom. And that's really the core trade-off, isn't it? It's learning why something works versus learning how to do it right now. And that fundamental difference in focus, it dictates the entire structure of the program. College programs, they're methodical, they're long-term. They carefully weave together the book learning with supervised practice. Training institutes, on the other hand, are just built for speed and intensity. The whole point is direct, skill-based instruction to get you ready for the classroom in a fraction of the time. So, what do you walk away with at the end of the day? Well, a college-based education gives you a widely recognized academic qualification that really sets you up for long-term career growth. A training institute, that gives you a skill-based certification, which is perfect for quickly proving you have a specific practical skill. It's a classic trade-off, depth and broad recognition for speed and specialization. So let's just lay it all out. When you look at it this way, it really comes down to a simple question. What are you trying to optimize for? Are you playing the long game, building that deep, comprehensive foundation from theory and research? Or is your goal to get a practical skill set as fast as possible through a short, intensive program? You see, your answer to that question is going to point you down the right path for you. Okay, this next part is maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. What does this choice actually mean for your career? Where do these different roads ultimately lead? Let's talk about something absolutely crucial: recognition. A qualification from a college program tends to be recognized much more widely, especially by school systems and education authorities all over the world. So, if you have any dream of teaching internationally, this is a really, really big deal to consider. And what about moving up, climbing that career ladder? Well, that structured academic training you get from a university can be the key that unlocks doors to bigger roles. Think curriculum development or even educational leadership. Now, that's not to say training institutes don't have a role. They're fantastic for ongoing professional development, helping you stay sharp with really targeted workshops and skill-building sessions your whole career. And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? When you look at the global picture, you see that for so many education systems out there, having that recognized teaching qualification, it's not just a nice to have, it's an absolute must. So when it's all said and done, it really boils down to this one crucial point. The choice you make at the very beginning of your journey, it's going to have a ripple effect on your professional recognition and your career growth for years, maybe even decades to come. So, which path is the right one? There's no single answer. You've got one path that offers a deep academic foundation, perfect if you're thinking about a long-term career that could lead to leadership. And then you have the other, a fast track to getting practical skills you can use in the classroom tomorrow. You see, the real question isn't which path is better. The real question is, which path aligns with the educator that you want to become?